Alright guys, today I'm going to go out and do some fire practice. I'm going to demonstrate 3 different ways to lay a fire and the uses for Bush Class USA. Okay guys, I've got some shavings down there, twig size, pencil lead size I mean, and pencil, and roughly thumb size there. And I've got a base down, and I'm going to go ahead and put this together. You know, first you put your shavings down, and you just start stacking it up like you would normally. And like I told you, that it's been sprinkling off and on here, so this stuff is kind of damp. So this is a great fire to help dry out your bigger pieces of wood if they're a little bit damp. So I'm going to get it set up, and I'll show you guys what I mean. Okay guys, so you guys can see what I mean. You just build a teepee out of it, and you start from your really small stuff, put that in the middle, and that's really dry shavings in there. And when that starts up, it's just going to ignite the smaller stuff and work its way out to the bigger stuff, and it's going to dry it as it goes. And we'll get an ignition source here in just a second, and we'll torch it off, and it should be good to go. My wind is coming from this direction, so the wind's going to be working with me. We don't have very much wind, but it's going to be working with me to help this fire go. As you can see, it was a little bit of a challenge. I was using some really fine stuff there, but I think she'll go now. Alright, and as you can see, it's not hard to get a knee-high flame out of there. Even if the wood's a little bit damp, teepee is a pretty good way to go. Alright, I'll let that burn down, and we'll do a log cabin. Alright, for this next fire lay, it's a log cabin, and just like before, you start with your small stuff, and then you just start building your cabin. And this is just about out over here, so I'm gonna put it right back there again, and I'll get it all put together, and you guys can see how that works. And this one's good for cooking on if you keep an eye on it. And we're gonna boil some water on it, so we can have some lunch. All right, get back with you guys in just a little bit. All right, so just like before, it's a lighter tinder, and just got a little cedar bark in there like before. Now the idea is you just start laying these across. The whole idea is so you get as much airflow through there as possible. Said you gotta watch this. Make sure she doesn't tip over on you. All right, sounds like she's coming to a boil. Oh yeah. Okay guys, for the last fire lay, it's just the star pattern that you put on there. You can use bigger blocks of wood at tree length, 5, 6, 7, 8, doesn't matter how long they are really. You just lay them in a star pattern once you have your fire going and you got some good coals, and it'll just burn right through the middle of them. And you just keep feeding your fire. That way you don't have to do a lot of wood processing. And I know those aren't very long, but it gives you the idea of what I was doing. They could have been any length. And you just burn them in the middle, and then you feed them in. And you know, I'd use this type of a fire right before bedtime or something. You know, right before you're turning in, so you don't have to do a lot of wood processing. Just feed it in there. Anyway, that's my 3 Fire Lays for Bush Class USA.